And for any of you who are interested in doing locals with me, come over to Gordo's Games. Gordo is a great content creator himself, and he has his own Discord channel. We'll make sure that the link is in the description down below. The locals are Thursdays at 2 o'clock. So come join us and play some games.
So today, everybody, we have Doof and Birb here, who I feel if you don't know him, hopefully by the end of this interview, you will check out his channel and get to know him. How are you doing today, Dr. Doof, or Doof and Birb? Doof? Burby?
You can just call me Doof. It's all good. So far, so good. Kind of a little worse. The American mailing system's not the best, and I ordered Blossom Mons like 2 weeks ago, and they haven't come in, so I'm not probably going to be playing the most optimal lists in this weekend's tournaments.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So, so how, like, well, what I want to know is, how did you get into Digimon, or what brought you to Digimon?
So it's kind of a number of things, really. There are factors about the game and the IP that draw my attention, of course. Like the resource system is really, really refreshing in a card game. Plus, it's Digimon, you know. I watched Digimon when I was a kid, so obviously the nostalgia factor's there. But I think what really pushed me to move into the game and start making content is that it's actually just a new game. Like I've played Magic: The Gathering for like 15 years, and I'm not really happy with the direction that Wizards of the Coast has taken it. And Digimon's kind of come out at the perfect time too, where consumers are really not happy with any of the big three, and that's the Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Magic. And it's really cool to be at the forefront of a new meta again, where people are happy with the game as is, and there's not like the complaints that those other big three have.
All right, yeah, I definitely understand that, because me coming from Vanguard, like, at first when I heard Digimon was announced, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna play this game. I'm still playing Vanguard. And then they announced a reboot, and I'm like, all right, forget this. We're gonna play some Digimon. We'll check it out. And on top of that, it had Omnimon on the box. Like, how can you not want to play?
Right.
All right, so with that being said,
actually, real quick, if you want, so Vanguard actually was one of my considerations, but you need like a PhD to start playing that.
Oh no, okay, so that's if you want to play a format called Premium. If you want to play Standard, you could toss a deck to a 4-year-old. You'll be good to go. Like all you have to, right, you just need basic reading comprehension to play Standard.
I hear you. I don't know, maybe it's just a bit daunting when I looked at it.
Oh yeah, it's super easy. No worries on that. It's like way too easy. So for me, it was Omnimon. I didn't know what color it was. I didn't know that there was a color system, but that became like my favorite deck to play. So what about you? What's your favorite deck to play, like competitively and casually?
So my highest rates have been with Sarismon, and so if I'm trying to do well in a tournament, that's probably going to be my go-to deck. And I think it's because I've always done really well with like the ramp style strategy that you see in games like Magic: The Gathering. It's just what I have the most experience with. So when I'm playing Sarismon, I don't have to like think through my plays as much as I would if I was playing another deck. Just kind of comes more naturally. But for fun, believe it or not, the 4-color control deck isn't actually what I prefer to play casually. I actually really like Megazoo a lot more. That deck, it feels so good to play. It's an absolute blast. Like even though both decks are kind of similar.
Now see geez, I can't play. I love it because I like the concept of Megazoo. Because the whole point of Digimon is don't give your opponent too much resources. Don't give them too many resources, and you're just like, boom, 10 drop, boom, 12 drop. Like I can't. That's like it rattles my brain.
In a chat group yesterday at my local, we had a funny conversation about how Megazoo is a lot like Rookie Rush. If Rookie Rush just like tore its shirt off and screamed, "Come at me."
I can agree with that. I could definitely see Vmon doing Vmon headbutt, ripping a shirt off. Oh god, no. All right, so
I think there's no better way to play Digimon than giving your opponent 10 memory every turn.
Yeah, it's like even when you do it, like if they don't have the resources to deal with, whatever it is,
Mhm.
it does not feel good because I've had Megazoo dropped on me once and it was not fun. Um, and I was playing. I was playing my War Greymon Red deck then,
Mhm.
because to me in set 1.0, playing the War Greymon deck, that was the best deck. Um, what do you think right now is the best deck in the format?
Gosh, so that's actually kind of a tough question to answer. I could definitely say what isn't the best deck, like Rise and Shine. I don't think that's the best deck. I know a lot of people are gonna hate me for saying that one. I think at this exact moment, Rush is probably the best deck. Just the number of Sarismon decks that is just through the roof at tournaments right now because we're pre-restriction still, and Rush just has a really high win percentage because of that. I think, and you're seeing it topping a lot of the tournaments because there's just so many Sarismon decks.
Yeah, because and I just want to let you know, I don't care what anybody else says down in the comments. I will fight them because I hate yellow as well. One of my best friends, his name is Keith. He plays yellow, and I don't even want to say half the stuff that I say to him. But yeah, yellow is not an appreciated color on this channel. So if you play yellow, you're a bad person, and you should feel bad.
I just can't imagine. It's so inconsistent sometimes. Like sometimes your hand's just like four tamers and like a Shine Greymon. Like why do you ever want that to happen to you?
I mean, I haven't ran into someone who's had that luck yet. Unfortunately for me, when I played the new
Mhm,
Red Omni, I bricked hard. I drew all my level 5s and level 6s and like 3 alter S's,
mhm.
and they would get all of the perfect things to go climbing up, and I'm like, Jesus, why? I hate yellow. But
Yeah.
but yeah, it's but yeah, I think like to me, like all around, like just average. I think Omni is the best. I think that's what it's supposed to be, is just an all arounder deck.
Mhm.
But yeah, I cannot argue or deny like that Imperial Dramon Blue is definitely a good deck. It probably is the best deck in format right now. But like from what I've been hearing, or well, what I've been reading, is in after the ban here in a couple days,
Mhm.
like that's gonna push out more Sarismon players because they're gonna be like, oh, I can't play it at full power. And then so because red in my experience is a better matchup against green, that's gonna
Mhm.
cause more yellow players to come up, and yellow is a little bit more of a difficult of a matchup. Like my win rate with that right now is like, I think I faced it like 13 times and I've only won like 7, so I have a decent win rate, but I feel like that number is just going to get exasperated once more people start playing it, and I hate it.
Yeah, that's definitely something I would argue is that Sarismon might actually be better post restriction because you'll see less of it, so people will tech less or play decks that would lose to it normally, like Shine Greymon.
I mean,
Uh,
unless they go watch your video on your guide on how to play Sarismon. Uh,
yes, there's that too. And then
because,
you should be fine normally. You'll just win anyway.
yeah, yeah. And so, like, what do you
Oh,
think?
I'm actually in contact with the leads of the tournaments for this weekend, so I'll actually be able to answer questions like what's the best deck right now a lot better. In the next coming weeks, after we do a bunch of math and literally know what the best decks are, we're gonna actually have real percentages.
Oh,
Hopefully
oh,
in a
nice.
week or two.
Yeah, I'm a fan of numbers. Numbers never lie, and you just got to learn how to. Well, not you, but people just got to learn how to play uh, optimally, so that way we can get the best results. But
Hmm.
yeah, so
Well, I
like,
need to learn how to play optimally. I'm not a good player.
listen, I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat. So what do you think has been the most impactful color thus far in English, anyway?
Hmm. I think it goes without saying that it's definitely just red. If you look at the traditional Agumon's red, and that's like Bandai's Pikachu. So red's going to be a color that continues to get the most support and currently has the most support. Like we look at the level sevens, there's 4 level 7s that are legal right now, and 3 of them are red. Um, or 3 of them have red Digimaterial. I mean to say.
Yeah.
So I think my prediction moving forward would be that red is going to continue to see the most support. Even if the other colors do get good support, red will still probably just keep getting more regardless, I think.
All right, and so far, what do you think is the least impactful?
Oh geez, it's probably it's most likely, it's hard to say black. So black has some of the worst, like there's no like low level 5, like they all cost 3, I think. It's level 5s all cost 3. But it's probably just purple, I have to say.
Really? Even with
Maybe,
Piedmon, Lilithmon?
yeah, I'd say it's purple. The deck really struggles against just the current format in general. Whereas like at least like the black decks have like its level 7s to push it over the top. This purple just has Millennium on, and it's good, but it's not enough, I think, to really give it the boost it needs. I think it needs a little bit more tools to really hammer itself into the meta. I'm not saying it's a bad deck or anything. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
it pales when you look at like Red Omnimon
I mean,
or Therismon.
everything pales in comparison to Red Omnimon, or just Omnimon in general. So,
You know?
uh,
But that's what I mean. Purple should have its own Omnimon. Why is it just red? Why does red get 2 Omnimons?
here's a surprise for you, friend. In the next 2 sets that we're gonna have, I think it's by this September when we get set 5 in America, we will have
Yeah.
4. I think we'll have 3 or 4 Omnimons that digivolve from red, um, 3
Yeah.
that digivolve from blue, and we'll have a black and purple Omnimon as well, which activates.
Yeah.
You could call it insecurity, which is amazing. So, I mean,
There's also an Omnimon that just digivolves from Omnimon, right?
yeah,
Specifically.
yeah. Oh my god, I cannot wait for that. Oh, that's gonna be beautiful. So I know you mentioned it earlier, but I know you mentioned Magic earlier. But are you playing any other TCGs?
Yeah. So I'll probably always play Magic. It's a habit that's going to be hard to break. Like I'm not happy with the game now, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to play it. But I do want to say I really like Runeterra, so the League of Legends card game. I do play it on and off. Less now because of just how busy I've become. Like making YouTube videos is like really a full-time job. It's a lot. Though I do think that Runeterra in a vacuum might be the best designed card game just out there. It's just unfortunately it's like exclusively electronic and it doesn't give a lot of room for brewing. But from a competitive standpoint, everything in that game's like super min-maxed. So if you're wicked competitive, that's a game you can definitely try out. You lose very few games to variance. It's almost all skill based.
Yeah. I mean, I might check it out now because I like games that are skill based. It's it because a lot of my friends they're just like, oh, I can just play any game, slap together a deck, get lucky, RNGesus, and then
Yeah.
but yeah, skill based. I love skill based games.
Yeah, Runeterra is. It's also like the only legitimate free to play electronic card game. Like, I'm not saying free to play like you gotta grind. You barely have to do anything to get a deck. Like, it's quite legitimately free to play. I have like all the cards. I've never paid any money,
Oh wow, okay.
and I like barely play the game.
Well, free 99 is my favorite price, so I will definitely check that out. Um, and since you as just like me, and we create Digimon content, and I know we both use the same app to do it or used. How do you feel about a bit nerd taking down his simulator in response to Bandai's statements?
Absolutely heartbroken. I went from getting like 30 to 100 games in a day to like 5 or 6 if I'm lucky.
Ugh.
And my content quality is definitely going to have to take a nosedive. Like, I have like a lot of questions about like every facet of that situation. But my biggest one is why Bandai thought shutting down the fan made at all was a profitable decision from their point. We're during a pandemic, we're during a card shortage, and it's during their English release. Like I get like the old corporation daddy line is that people that are playing online aren't buying their cards, but we literally can't buy their cards. Like I mentioned earlier, I ordered those Blossom Mons 2 weeks ago and I still don't have them. So I don't know. I think this old train of thought is just wrong. I think personally, I think, and I've seen similar decisions that are very similar hurt Bandai in the past. So it's unfortunate to see them like kind of dismantling their own game's popularity while it's still in the process of releasing. I'm not trying to say that like Bandai doesn't have the right to impose its artistic licenses, but flexing isn't always the option. You know, the flexing isn't always the thing you should be doing. So I think if I was Bandai, I would have probably waited a few months, grabbed the source code, and like released my own version of it, because this line would have probably made nobody upset. And they also already have a low-level app for it, the app on the phone, the tutorial. So they probably don't even need somebody else's source to do it. They just need like 20 coders, 3 months, and a few $1 million, and then they have a product that they already desperately need for the popularity of the game in the first place, especially for content-wise, because it just looks better.
Yeah, and because what like I came home from locals one night, like the night that it happened, and one of my guys, he was like, hey senpai, I need you to look at this first before I post it in the group, see if it's okay. I'm like, oh, okay, I generally don't care. It's in my Discord, it's whatever, as long as it's not offensive. He shows me the picture, and I'm like, oh, my heart just dropped.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm like, that's literally like, since I started playing Digimon and I started making content for it, it's like, that's the only thing I use. I don't want to use Tabletop Simulator. It's kind of finicky, and it's like, I just need something easy, something quick I can just go do, that I don't feel like I need at least an associate's degree to go play. Like, just
you don't have to like send messages out to like 40 people and hope you get a game.
Yeah, it's just like, here, I have a game, let's go play. Boom, done, easy. But I mean, hopefully, like, because I heard a rumor that they're making their own game that's going to be similar. Hopefully, if it's not automated, I riot. But hopefully it's just
if they released one, it would have to be automated.
Yeah,
because it would if Bandai releases a game, then it would be competing with the Pokemon one and then like Magic Arena and stuff. That would be its competition. So it'd have to be up to like that par at least.
Yeah, but I mean, I wish all the best for A Bit Nerd. Because like he brought a very needed product in a time where we needed it. We just, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. It kept, like, I think it elevated the popularity of the game, and like Bandai should be like, hey, A Bit Nerd, you want to come work for us? And like,
I think I agree with that. Like, I think the reason I found out about A Bit Nerd was literally your content. Which is why I was so excited when you asked to do this. But yeah, I think A Bit Nerd is directly responsible for me maintaining my interest in the game to the degree that it is, because I was able to play. Because I didn't actually get any of the cards until last week. That's
Really?
how long it took for me. Yeah, I joined rather late. And I didn't want to pay for overinflated costs. So.
Oh yeah. See, if you are ever in Ohio, hit me up. I have a shop owner that sells boxes for $80 flat.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
nice.
So yeah, if you're ever in Ohio, feel free, hit me up. I'll take you there, and it'll be all right. Then we can
it'll be fun. I play in the local too.
Then we can put some more content on your channel, because. Mainly what brought me to your channel is the fact that because I've been doing this for a while, but I appreciate the amount of effort that you put into your videos, especially that Sarismon, the guide on how to play. I take it as a how to beat Sarismon, and the and the 4-color control. Like, I'm about to unleash that on my locals, and they have no idea what's happening. So
I think that's my favorite part of that.
Oh yeah. So if I were a new viewer, what do you think, in your opinion, are the top 3 reasons why I would want to sub to your channel?
All right. Well, I guess what will set me apart is that my take on things will often be, I guess, unique. I'm not afraid to make points that are going to be against a certain norm, even if it's gonna like get me ridiculed or made fun of for doing so. For example, when everyone was putting out their Sarismon lists a few weeks ago, I made a strong point to say how useless Woodmon was. Uh, I even went as far as publicly ridiculing Woodmon himself. But I got some serious double takes with this claim, and people even wrote me off in some circumstances. But like now we look at where the meta is, and I may or may not have actually been the reason for it happening. I really don't care, and I don't really know if I was. But Sarismon lists aren't actually really playing Woodmon as much anymore. You don't see it in all of them. You see it in some of them still, especially the Imperial Dramon ones, but not all of them. And this is something you're going to get from me. I might be wrong, I might be right, but what comes out of my mouth won't be regurgitated vanilla takes. Uh, Obviously, don't take everything I say as a word of law. I'm wrong more than I want to admit, but that's just what I want my channel to be. I want to have conversations with you, my viewers, and grow together with you. And that's why I tried to build my Sarismon deck video the way I did. It leaves the puck in your court. I give you the tools, and you tell me what tools I should have added to it, and now I have to make a second video. And it's not just my take on the existing decks too. I really like to brew. I really love just like anything unique and unexpected, and that's why 4-color control exists now. Is because together we were able to build this like really silly deck. There are going to be other decks in the works too down the pipeline after some of the tournaments and meta videos, and I can't wait to try those out. So if you're into any of that, definitely stick around. And I think the last bit that sets me apart is that I'm not actually trying to win any of these tournaments or be the best like there ever was. Like I see like a lot of the bigger creators, they tend to try to win tournaments and put out videos that say like my top 16 Omnimon deck finish or my top 16 finish deck. And I don't really want to be that. I would rather fill the role of a coach. I would just rather have a conversation, release a list that has slots for optimizations, and then see you, my viewers, win the tournaments. I think that would make me. I think that would make me happy, as opposed to trying to be a professional player myself.
Yeah, those are all good. Like, I agree with that because it's like it's fulfilling when you know that you've helped someone get to their goals.
Yeah, I'm actually a teacher, and well, I'm not. I'm a teacher in plus, but I teach in real life too. So like I just like that role a lot more. I think it's less stressful for me, and I'd rather just see others succeed.
Oh well, nice. See, like you're like Kakashi for Digimon, with both your eyes.
Kakashi, but I still have 2 eyes. Well, yeah. Oh, it's the spoilers.
Oh God. But yeah, no, it's like those are all good reasons. Like I've already subbed to you. If I could, I'd do it again.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
But yeah, everybody who's watching and or listening, first, thank you. Secondly, while you're down there in my description box, clicking on his channel, if you're not subbed, because only I believe it's just 22% of my viewers are subbed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, maybe a share, who knows. But definitely give Doof and Birb a sub. This guy is amazing. I've seen legitimately all of his videos, like his how to play Digimons, even though at the time that I started watching him, I already knew how to play. Still, it's nice to have a refresher and to hear a fresh take on it. The main one that I watched at least like 5 times was your Sarismon deck, because I was like, I can't beat this. And the 4cc deck, well, it's not the 4cc deck, it's hidden in one of his videos. You just got to go find it. So trust
There's
me.
multiple versions of it too. So.
Oh yeah, I've been digging. I've been digging. But yeah,
I'm keeping that one more on the down low. You just gotta find the videos.
Yeah. So just trust me, you will not be disappointed. It is not a waste of time. If you guys will definitely enjoy it. It's a treat. So yeah, sub to Doof and Birb. Follow him on any social medias that he may have. Do you have any social medias?
Not really. So I do have a Twitter, but I haven't actually done anything with it. But I will someday in the future. For now, right, just message me on YouTube and comment on my videos. I'm super responsive. I'll definitely reply. Hit me with a sub there, I guess.
All right. Well then, Mr. Doofenberg or Dr. Doof, thank you for taking the time out with me on this Friday afternoon, and doing this interview. And everybody that's watching and or listening, thank you for your time. And wherever you are, whenever you are, take care of each other.